Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. I'm Pinky Webb. Today on the program, it's the first day of Metro Manila under the general community quarantine, and some modes of public transportation resume on a limited capacity. From trains to limited point-to-point buses, taxis, and even bicycle lanes, the Transportation Department says minimum health standards are in place amid the influx of commuters. And can physical distancing be observed in jeepneys? We also want to find out, when will air travel operations resume? Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugade joins us live. Metro Manila is now under the general community quarantine. This means public transportation is now allowed, but at a limited capacity to ensure social distancing. The government even recommends businesses to provide shuttle services to their employees if they are to resume operations. Rails and trains resume partial operations with bus augmentation. Transport Network Vehicle Service, or TNVS, taxis and point-to-point buses are also allowed under certain conditions. Tricycle operations, on the other hand, are subject to the approval of the local government. So, how do commuters adjust to the new normal when it comes to public transport, and what are the challenges they faced on the first day of GCQ in Metro Manila? Our senior correspondent, David Santos, joins us live from Quezon City. David.
Well, Pinky, traffic is now fast-moving in this part of Commonwealth Avenue, but still, many workers are here in the Litex area stranded, waiting for any chance they can get that could bring them to their places of work. Now, some of the workers we spoke to earlier have been here even before daybreak. Some were here as early as 4 a.m. Now, during the pre-lockdown days, the common means of transport here are the public buses, the public utility jeepneys, and the PUV express vans. But since these are unavailable for now, commuters are wondering what options are left for them.
Babalik na lang ako, tapos mag-coordinate na lang ako sa kumpanya kung ano yung rason nila. Kasi mahirap talaga eh. Sabi nila, maraming sasakyan. May mga P2P, may mga modified jeep na sakyan. Wala, hanggang ngayon yung mga tao nakapila.
Sabik na rin kami kapasok. Ilan, mag-tatlong buwan na nawala ng pasok. Tapos, nung dineclared na mayroon ng sasakyan, yung bus, ganyan. Mayroon naman kami mga, kasi alas 5 pa ko rito eh. Swertihan lang.
Now, we saw several buses drive by, but apparently these were shuttle services either of private companies or of government agencies. Now, there were some yellow city buses, but these did not stop to take in passengers either. We're just guessing that these buses have been filled to its maximum, with seating capacity drastically reduced. Now, we also saw a few taxis, but they were able only to pick up a handful of passengers. Ride-hailing service Grab apparently is unavailable in this area at this moment. The Quezon City government set out some of their vehicles to offer free rides, but these two can only take so much passengers. Now, despite the difficulties they have to go through, some commuters, Pinky, are trying to be more patient and understanding. They're hoping, though, that a better transport system is in place by tomorrow. Back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, David Santos, reporting to us. And now let's go straight to the source of the story. We have Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugade. Secretary Tugade, good to see you, sir. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning to you, ma'am Pinky, at magandang umaga sa maraming taga-panood nyo at taga-subaybay. To all of you, good morning.
Maraming salamat po sa oras. Secretary Art, umpisahan ko na po yung report ng aming correspondent na si David Santos. Yung iba po 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock pa lang. Yung iba nakasakay, yung iba po ay pinili na lamang umuwi. Ano ho ba? Yun po sa Commonwealth and LITEX, no? Ano ho ba ang dapat talagang asahan ng publiko ngayong unang araw ng GCQ na meron pong limited transport service?
Napanood ko rin ho at napakinggan yung interview ni Ginoong David sa Commonwealth. Kung maaari po lamang, liwanagin ko lang ho, hindi ho normal ang sitwasyon ngayon. Bagamat GCQ, sinasabi ho natin, ang approach natin sa transportasyon ay gradual, partial, calculated, and limited. Hindi po kami nagbigay ng asa na sa unang araw ng GCQ, lahat po ng pupunta sa kalsada ay may masasakyan. May limitasyon ho yan. Alam ko ho na ang mandato ng kagawaran ng transportasyon is to provide transportation modalities. But during this time, in time of COVID, we have also the equal responsibility to make sure that the spread of COVID-19 is prevented and stopped. Ito ho yung dalawang bagay na binabalanse natin sa pagtahak natin ng mga requirement at requisitos ng transportasyon dito sa unang araw ng GCQ. Nakikiusap po kami, nagsusumamo sa inyo, nabigyan nyo kami ng pasensya at understanding pagkat ito ho yung mga ginagawa namin. Wala ho kaming pinangako o sinabi na ang transportasyon ay magiging extensive and will meet the requirements of all on the first day of GCQ and even in the duration of the GCQ for that matter, because as I have said, Madam, our approach is partial, limited, calculated, and gradual.
At dahil nasabi niyo po yun, Sec Art, para po sa kabatiran ng mga nanonood sa atin, meron pong Phase 1 at Phase 2. Umpisahan na po natin yung Phase 1 which starts from June 1 to June 21. Ano ho ba yung mode of transport na available? Meron pong trains, may bus augmentation, meron pong P2P, meron pong taxi, meron pong TNVS, at meron pong bike. The problem, sir, is of course to adhere doon sa safety protocols katulad po ng train. Hindi ho ba sa mga train 12% lamang ng capacity ang matutugunan ng mga trends sa ngayon? Although ang sabi po doon sa press release ninyo ay so far 20 trains na daw. I think sa MRT ang lumalakbay ngayon.
Opo, unahin ho natin yung sa Riles, yung sa trend. Ang unang gagalaw ho ngayon because of the volume capacity that it can maintain and sustain, unahin po natin yung trend. Yung trend, ang mga gagalaw dyan at yung MRT3, gagalaw yung LRT1, LRT2 at Philippine National Railways. Sabihin ko na rin ho, sa MRT3, as of 7 o'clock today, ang gumagalaw hong trend ay 20. 17 yung tatlo, kasama na rin ho yung tatlong Dalian train. Ang suma total, 20. Pag ito, minessure mo in relation to coaches, yung 20 trains na ito, 60 coaches ho ito. Limited capacity ho yan. Whereas before, mahigit 1,000 yung tinatahak at binibitbit niyan. Ngayon, mga sobrang 100 na lang. Isang maliit na bagay na dapat i-considera ho. Yung takbo ng tren natin ngayon sa ibang lugar ay umaabot na sa 40 kilometers per hour. Kumpira ito, yung takbuhin noon ng 25 to 30 kilometers per hour. In other words, mas mabilis yung magiging headway. Mas marami ho yung tren. Alam niyo ho ba, Ma'am Pinky, yung 20 train na nag-ooperate ngayon, the last time the Philippines and this country experienced 20 operating trains was sometime in March 2017. Ang tagal na ho niyan. Ngayong araw na to, 20 trains ang babaybay. Sa LRT ho, ang tatakbo ho dyan are 28 train set, equivalent to 98 coaches. Sa LRT2, 5 train set, equivalent to 20 coaches. Even PNR, tatakbo ho yan at tumatakbo ngayon, 8 tren, equivalent to 28 coaches. Sabihin ko ho sa PNR, itong araw na to ho, yung tren na ating ginagamit ay lahat ho bago. Ito ho yung mga bagong tren na in-order namin sa Indonesia, sa Inca, na kung saan ngayong araw na to ay nasasakyan at na-experience ng sambayanan yung mga PNR trains.
Nakita na po natin, Sec Art, yung mga dry run sa mga safety protocols, sa mga tren, ano po. So, it's good to hear that there are more trains now, pero kailangan po, wag umasa masyado yung publiko. Obviously, dahil kahit na nadagdagan po yung tren, ay nasa 12% capacity lamang in line with the safety protocol. So, yan po yung tren. Bus augmentation, hindi ho ba, Sec? Yung bus augmentation po, ibig sabihin nito, pagbaba po nila sa istasyon, 4 po yung istasyon, Quezon Avenue, North Avenue, Ayala Avenue, and Taft Avenue. Meron pong mga bus na maghihintay ho ba doon sa mga kanilang bababaan?
Opo. Meron ho kaming pamaraan na kung saan may mga buses na nag-aantay na nasa alignment ng train. Ito ho ay nasa 4 na istasyon gaya ng sinabi niyo po, Ma'am Minky. Again, ang kapasidad ho ng bus, hindi ho natin mapupuno yan. Pagkat dapat minemaintain natin yung physical distancing. Ang capacity ho siguro ng mga bus, tumatakbo sa 14 hanggang 20 bawat isang bus. Pero tatakbo ho yan at tatahak sa tinatawag natin na dedicated lane. Kaya mabilis ho yung usad at takbo ng ating bus augmentation. Ito ho yung isang komplementasyon sa tren at bus augmentation upang sa ganun masubukan ng ating mga tao at ating sambayanan yung tinatawag na dedicated lane sa EDSA through the bus augmentation with MRT3.
Right. And it's good to show that, Secretary, on air, meron po kaming pwedeng ipakita niyan na ang mangyayari ho sa EDSA ay yung dalawang leftmost lane, yun po yung sa dedicated bus augmentation. Tama ho ba?
Yes, ma'am. Ito ho yung tinatry natin ngayon at ito ho yung gagawin nating permanente later on at some given time. Ito
Baka
ho,
kasi
makikita
malito
ninyo yung
iba na
design
hindi
approach.
Go ahead, Secretary. Please explain this to us.
Ito ho, yung mga bus ho ay tatahak at tatakbo sa dedicated lane sa kaliwa. Iba ho ito sa dating nakagihas na natin na sasakay ka sa kanan. Ito ho yung fluid flow. Dedicated ho ito. Ngayon, sa bus augmentation, ito ho yung gagamitin at ini-eksperimento namin. Ngayon, pagdating ho ng tinatawag na new normal, dito na rin ho dadaan sa lugar na ito yung mga bus na papayagang tumahak sa EDSA. Doon sa bandang kanan, makikita nyo ho may mga bisikleta. Noong hong mid-May, sumulat na ho ako sa Department of Public Works and Highway kay Secretary Villar at sinasuggest po namin itong bike lane na ito, nabuhayan itong bike lane na ito. In other words, pag ito ho nabuo at na-implement, ang EDSA ay makikita nyo dedicated lane bus sa kaliwa, sa gitna ho private cars, doon sa bandang kanan will be the bicycle lanes. Uumpisahan ho yung pagmarka ng mga bicycle lane ngayon, yung paggawa ng istruktura uumpisa na rin ho in close coordination with MMDA, the Department of Public Works, and the assistance of the ILG.
So, sa ngayon, ito po ang nakikita natin, yung mga bus nasa kaliwa, first 2 lanes on the left, tapos sa gitna po yung private vehicles. Today, sir, please correct me if I'm wrong, tapos doon po sa kanan, pwede na ho ba doon yung mga bike?
Meron hong sukat yan na allotted para sa mga bike. Ngayon ho, ang isang challenge namin dito na pag-usapan na namin nila Jojo Garcia ito, ang isang challenge ho, hindi lang ho maglagay ng bike lane sa EDSA, ito ho i-connect namin sa mga bike lane sa ibang syudad at local governments. Kaya gusto ho namin magkaroon ng talagang bike lanes na buo at kumpleto.
Para po makapasok, Secretary, sa mga LGU. All right, Sec, we'll just take a short break. Marami pa po tayong pag-uusapan. We'll be right back. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Pinky Webb. Our guest today, Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugade. Sek, balikan ko lang po yung EDSA, what EDSA is going to look like, looks like today. So again, leftmost lane, dalawang bus. Ilan po yung maiiwang lane for the, dalawa po yung tanong ko, ilan ang maiiwan lanes for the private vehicles? At doon po sa kanan, ibig sabihin ba nun lahat ng bike at pati motor ang dapat designated area, yung rightmost lane, sir?
Yung rightmost lane, ide-designate ho yan ng MMDA at pinaplano namin yung paggamit ho dyan para sa bike at mga motor, allowable motor. Doon sa gitna po, meron ho mga 2.5 lanes, thereabouts, para sa private cars. At doon sa left side, ito ho yung mga buses sa dedicated lane. Ang mangyayari ho dyan, ang daloy ng agos ng mga buses ay it will be very fluid and flowy. Ganun din ho yung hopefully ganun din ho yung nasa bandang kanan sa motor saka sa bisikleta.
Mm-hmm. So, it's safe to say, Secretary, na magsisiksikan po yung mga private vehicles into 2 lanes.
Yes, ma'am. Talagang magsisiksikan ho. Ito ho mga private cars. Sana ho, kung magsisiksikan yan, mga pribadong sasakyan naman to, makahanap sila ng mga alternatibong ruta, hindi lang ho sa EDSA. Hindi ho magagawa ng bus yan. Kailangan dumaan sa EDSA yan. Meron hong advantage yung mga private cars because they can have alternative routes. Sabihin ko na lang po at this time, na habang pinag-uusapan natin yung EDSA, meron din hong mga panuntunan at plano kaming ginagawa na kung saan magkakaroon ho ng transport system doon sa mga kalsadang separate and not connected with EDSA. Magkakaroon ho ng mga transportation system at transportation mechanism sa labas ng EDSA.
So, dito po sa leftmost lane, sir, hindi na po natin makikita yung biglang tumitigil po yung bus para magbaba ng pasahero dahil wala na po silang choice. Doon lang po sila pwede magbaba doon sa apat na istasyon.
Hindi na po makikita
Pero,
yun,
Sek,
ma'am.
ang mangyayari po dyan,
Pagkat ilinagay na natin sa kaliwa.
okay. Pero ang mangyayari, Sek, meron pong magiging stop po ba para sa mga pedestrian doon sa 4 stations para po makatawid mula kaliwa hanggang kanan? Ganun ho ba yun, Sek?
Tama ho kayo, it will be a combination of pedestrian crossing but footbridges also. Gagamitin ho yung alignment ng MRT, magtatayo ho ng mga footbridge at magkakaroon ho ng pailan-ilang pedestrian crossing, observing at all times the safety and security of the pedestrian and the passengers.
Okay. Tapos meron pong second phase dahil as we emphasized a while ago, this is just the first phase, June 1 to June 22. Meron po yung second phase kung saan papayagan ng PUVs, andyan na pati yung mga modern jeeps, I'm sure pati yung mga UV Express. Secretary, is there a chance, sir, na baka po before June 22 ay payagan na yung ibang modes of transportation dahil posible talagang magkulang yung transportasyon ngayong GCQ, sir? Ngayong June 1 to June 21?
Posible ho yun. Number 1, kung magbago ho yung estado ng kalagayan ng National Capital Region na GCQ. Ngayon ho, kung lalala ho yan at maibabalik tayo ulit sa modified ECQ, hindi ho natin maitutuloy yan. A lot will depend on what will happen on the health situation of the environment and the people. Ngayon ho, kung ma-maintain ho yung pag-plateau, halimbawa nung tinatawag na curve, at ipapasok ho natin yung mga ibang modes of transportation. Tama ho kayo, nandiyan yung mga buses. Meron ho kaming hierarchy of modes of transportation na kung saan napapaloob doon yung tinatawag na buses, yung modernized jeepney, yung TNBs, yung jeepney, yung Grab, yung taxi, yung tricycle as controlled by the local government. Ito ho, lahat ay hopefully in the second phase will be put to operation.
Sek, pero ito pong nakasanayan natin ng mga jeep. yung pong talagang alam nating itsura ng jeep. Meron ho ba in the near future na posible silang payagan? Kasi alam ko ang papayagan po yung modernized jeeps dun sa second phase.
May posibilidad ho yan, subject to the following. Number one, that they are roadworthy. Dadaan ho yan sa isang test na magpapakita na sila yung roadworthy. Pangalawa ho, kung ma-maintain ho yung security protocol. Yung number 3 ho, yung pagsunod sa tinatawag na health platform and sanitation. And then, kung magkukulang ho yung mga sasakyan na inaalaw sa hierarchy of transportation, kung suma total yan, then pwede hong payagan yung traditional jeepneys, subject to all those stated conditions.
Secretary Art, kayo ho ba'y sang-ayon dun sa hiling ng ilan na payagan na po yung back ride?
Ako ho, personal, hindi ho. Pagkat una ho, yung social distancing, importante ho yan. Yung pagsalin-salin at pagpalit-palit ng sasakyan, kwan ho yan. Pangatlo, you will encounter here enforcement difficulties and nightmare. Yung back ride, mahirap ho yan. Yan ho yung personal view ko ngayon. At yan ho ang gusto kong ipairal sa kagawaran ng transportasyon.
All right, Secretary, we have a few minutes left, no? Ito ho bang airports, ano ho ba talaga ang sitwasyon dyan? Because a few days ago, nagkaroon po ng ilang news item that some airlines were to resume operations today. But they took that back, sir, dahil dinelay na lang po, possibly on June 8, dahil nga sinabi ng CAB na wala pang go signal mula sa Interagency Task Force. Sir, ano ho ba ang status ng, unahin na po natin, domestic travel?
Yung domestic travel ho, ako'y naniniwala na yung domestic air travel between GCQ to GCQ can be allowed. Importante lang ho yan na makipag-ugnayan at makiisa tayo sa mga patakaran ng local government with the help of DILG and IATF. Wala hong problema ang domestic air travel GCQ to GCQ following the unique and peculiar requirements of local government with the conformity and IATF and assistance of DILG. Wala ho yan. Doon sa international, we still allow international travel. Ang priority ho ay yung mga coming back overseas workers, yung mga seafarers, yung mga returning residents, yung mga diplomats, pwede hong pumunta yan. Ngayon ho, ino-open na ho natin ang international airport, hindi lang ho sa NAIA Terminal 1, 2, 3, and 4. Gusto ho namin magkaroon ho ng gateway sa Clark at meron na, sa Cebu at meron pa, at pati sa Davao. Doon sa mga lugar na mag-open tayo ng international gateway, uulitin ko ho, makikipag-ugnayan kami sa local government with the help of DILG para nung sa ganon, yung mga requirements nila ay mabigyan buhay at masunod.
Secretary, I need to clarify that kasi kung payagan po ang domestic travel from GCQ to GCQ, that's almost possibly all over the Philippines dahil nasa GCQ po tayo ngayon, Metro Manila, pero the rest, the other areas that were under GCQ ay mapupunta na sa modified GCQ. So, my question, sir, is, ano ho ba ang pinapayagan from travel to GCQ to GCQ? Pwede ho din ba ang leisure? Yung gusto mo pong umuwi sa probinsya dahil nandun po ang magulang mo o kaya any other reason, sir? O kailangan ho ba nandun pa rin sa essential?
Hindi ho. Ang akin hong pananaw, pag inumpisaan ho natin yung opening GCQ to GCQ, allow people to go home, allow people to go be with their family, but also I want to create a situation where we plant already at this time the seeds for domestic tourism.
So ibig sabihin sang-ayon ho kayo na leisure and non-leisure domestic travel will be allowed?
Yes, subject ho sa own requirements ng mga LGU. Kasi meron ho mga LGU na nagsasabi ngayon ayaw pa namin, saka na. Meron ho naman mga LGU nagsasabi, pwede na. Yun, kikilalanin ho namin yung mga posisyon na gano'n ng mga LGU in coordination with DILG and in observance with the requirements of IATF.
All right. Sec, we have a minute left. Maybe you want to give some sort of reminder to the public on today's first day. Baka po marami dyan ang disappointed on the first day of the mode of transportation going back to work today.
On the first day of GCG ngayon, humihingi po ako sa inyo ng pasensya. Sana po, forgive us if it creates inconveniences. Please be assured that what we are doing right now is for the many, para ho sa kapakanan na nakakarami. Please observe too that a meaningful reform in a transportation system does not happen with one event. It does not happen with a one transaction deal. Ito ho is a continuing effort with all of us cooperating. Kaya nga ba't kailangan po namin ng efficient, tinatawag na feedback mechanism. Kailangan po namin ang understanding at kooperasyon ninyo. Ngayon ho ay nasa GCQ tayo. Hindi pa ho ito yung new normal. Ibig kong sabihin ng GCQ, meron pa hong mga limitasyon yan. Kaya nga ba't ang binabagtas namin na approach sa transportasyon ay yung tinatawag namin limited, gradual, partial, and calculated. Sa ganitong paraan, talagang meron hong mapapahirapan, magkakaroon ng inconvenience. Humihingi ho ako sa inyo ng kapatawaran at understanding. Ito ho ay panandalian lamang. Hopefully, the time will come when majority will benefit in comfort and inconvenience with all the improvements we are trying to do at this time. Isipin ho natin na yung ginagawa natin ay first of its kind in this country. This is a new experience for all of us, created by a pandemic problem not of our own liking, neither of our own making. In other words, what I ask is a full understanding and cooperation that we all can walk the talk and that we all can really work as one. Maraming salamat ho.
All right. Thank you, Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugade. Mag-ingat po kayo, sir.
Kayo rin po. Kayo rin po. Stay safe, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. And before we go, a friendly reminder that as more people are able to go back to work, COVID-19 remains out there. You and I can be infected, but our behavior can make a difference. Let's practice social distancing. Let's observe proper personal hygiene. Let's all wear a mask. Let's protect not just ourselves, but others, because we are all in this together. The GCQ was approved to help the economy, and it's not an invitation for all of us to go out. Thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines.